A major renovation may soon take center stage at Rockford's Sinnissippi Park Music Shell.
In a WIFR exclusive, Nathaniel Langley discovers the facelift is 76 years in the making.
The stage is nearly set, and the players have arrived inside the Rockford Park District.
It's just exciting to have such a great turnout of people.
Welcome to the pre-proposal meeting for...
Nearly a dozen architects and engineers gathered to consider renovating the music shell at Sinnissippi Park.
This is very much a conceptual item we're asking for.
The music shell's first visitors descended down these steps in June 1950, but the pearl of Sinnissippi Park is beginning to show its age.
It's outdoors. It's in a a tree canopy. It's in the middle of a forest. And so,
David Spencer will oversee the Rockford Park District's construction as Director of Operations.
It's just time for a facelift to get that structurally sound and just really have it poised to be in position for the next 50 or 100 years.
A redesign would focus on the shell rather than the seating area.
The iconic kind of arch that it is something that needs to be reworked.
The project just entered a pre-proposal phase.
Total budget is really, we really have no idea what we're looking at right now.
But Spencer expects construction to crack open within the next year or two.
And we're going to be asking the community for support, coming together and help us establish this.
In Rockford, Nathaniel Langley, WIFR News.
Spencer says a capital fundraising campaign could start as soon as this summer. Firms will return proposals to the Park District by the end of the month. This season's performance shouldn't be affected by the project either.